Making the Air Force by Michael Signal. The United States military is divided into distinct branches. Each branch has a specific purpose and mission statement that explains that purpose. The mission of the United States Air Force is to fly, fight, and win in air, space, and cyberspace. That mission statement of the Air Force describes technologies that are relatively new, just like the Air Force is. The Army, Navy, and Marines were all established in 1775 before the United States had even won its independence from Great Britain. The Coast Guard was founded just 15 years later, but there was still no Air Force. The most obvious reason that the Air Force wasn't created in the 1700s is that there were no airplanes that long ago. The Wright brothers flew their first airplane in 1902. At first, the military was not interested in airplanes, but airplanes did see service in World War I. The planes of World War I were primitive, but they proved to be valuable. The United States government considered making a separate military branch, but felt that the air power should be in the Army's responsibility. This was because airplanes had only been used to support Army troops on the ground. By 1947, the world had seen World War II. Airplanes played a pivotal role in the war, and they did far more than support troops that were already on the ground. The government decided that it was time to create a whole new military branch. They had seen how important airplanes had been in World War II. On September 18, 1947, the United States Air Force was born. Today, the Air Force operates completely separate from the Army. It is the second largest branch of the United States military. It is by far the largest air force in the world. It has fighters, bombers, spy planes, and even satellites in space. It has a specific mission, unlike any other American military branch. The Air Force has come a long way in the last few decades. It will surely continue to grow and change in the coming decades. Number 1. What is the most likely reason the Air Force is so large today? A. Most people who join the military want to join the Air Force. B. Airplanes and bombers are incredibly important. C. It is the largest Air Force in the world. D. It has a specific mission. Number 2. What are two of the main ideas that can be found in making the Air Force? A. The Air Force is the oldest military branch. B. The Air Force has a mission unlike any other military branch. C. The Air Force started late but grew large and strong. D. The Air Force did not just support ground troops during World War II. E. The Air Force used to be part of the Army. Number 3. Which two details from the text best support your answer in question 2? A. The most obvious reason that the Air Force wasn't created in the 1700s is that there are no airplanes that long ago. B. The planes of World War I were primitive, but they proved to be valuable. C. But felt that the air power should be in the Army's responsibility. D. Second largest branch of the United States military, largest air force in the world. E. On September 18, 1947, the United States Air Force was born. Number 4. When did the Wright brothers fly their first airplane? A. 1700. B. 1775. C. 1902. D. 1947. Number 5. Part A. According to Making the Air Force, why did the military first feel that the Army should be responsible for military aircraft? A. Other branches of the military didn't want airplanes. B. Airplanes helped the Army fight World War I. C. Airplanes shared a common mission with Army soldiers. D. The Army is much older than the Air Force. Part B. Which detail from the selection supports the answer to Part A? A. They had seen how important airplanes had been in World War II. B. Airplanes had only been used to support Army troops on the ground. C. At first, the military was not interested in airplanes, but airplanes did see service in World War I. D. Today, the Air Force operates completely separate from the Army.